down. And then finally, when those medevacts died, that's when he sent those auto medevacts to the main, which could have been that quicker. It's just 3 things in a row that go very well for Jaedong. Well, then Jaedong just grabs all his units and walks across the map and kills you.
And it's intimidating, to be honest with you, because a lot of times Zergs don't have all of those bases covered. Hunting down the medevacts in the middle of the map, usually a Zerg uses pretty much the entirety of their army to do that. But Jaedong had a good 20-some-odd Zerglings inside of his main base, where creep was spread as well, by the way, inside of his entire main.
That's the small things that are really important, but normally, you know, you might be able to unload a couple of Marines in the main base of your Zerg. Not against Jaedong, he has vision. It's a small thing, and of course, a lot of Zergs are playing doing it. This is not like, oh my god, Jaedong is amazing, he has creep in his base. But it's the small things that are very important.
Well, Kevin, let me ask you this. So you are, for this imaginative, I don't know, thing we're going to do, you are CM Storm Rotterdam.
Yes.
And you're running up to Polt at the side of that stage. And what do you tell him? What do you tell him down 1-3 going into this game on King Sejong Station?
I don't think I'm the best motivational speaker
Don't start
out
with
there.
that. What do you start with?
You
get up there like, yo, Polt, I'm not the best at this.
No, I mean, that's a really tricky question. Why would you want to put me on the spot like that? I would probably just give him some cliches. I would probably give him some cliches, you know, like, come on, stay calm, believe in yourself, focus.
Very good.
I don't think he has to go crazy. Like, at the end of the day, this is Polt. This is a player that has won more prize money than almost anyone playing this game. I think there are 2 people out there who have won more prize money than Polt. It's MVP and MC. I think after that, it's Polt. So Polt, more than anyone, should be able to believe in himself. Just stay concentrated.
Kevin,
he's making a couple of unforced errors.
You need to watch more American sport movies. Okay? If you were raised on these movies, you know exactly what to do in that moment. What you would do.
I've seen Ruby.
That's okay. Yeah, that was okay. You'd like run up there with all the jerseys from the whole team and be like, I'm not playing, I'm not playing. He's like, I don't understand. And you're like, well, I've only seen this one movie, so just deal with it. No, you run up there, you slap him, you dump cold water down his back, you stare deep into his soul, and you say, you can do this. And then when he's like really baffled and confused, you walk backwards, never breaking eye contact, and then you sit in your seat in the audience.
The only thing I've learned so far from the American commercials is that you'd probably bring him a Snickers and say that he's not himself when he's hungry.
There's that too. Yeah. American commercials also tell us to take dates to McDonald's, but I can tell you that that is not a winning strategy. Actually, I can't tell you that. Thankfully, as a married man, that just never would have worked. I would still be unmarried right now. I don't understand.
All right, Jeff, we've been chit-chatting for a while. Why don't you go ahead and introduce our players for perhaps the final time of the day, but hopefully we'll get some more Starcraft 2 games.
All right, guys. I know he's a hometown favorite. He needs your support now. Can he do it? He'll do it based on your cheer. In the top left-hand corner of the blue Terran, it is CM Storm Polt. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, you guys owe him at least 50% of your pleasure, as he too has made Swarm host this weekend. Give a cheer for Evil Genius's Jaedong. Something about Austin, Texas. They like Swarm host here.
I know. This is scary. This is probably the most memorable thing of this weekend. You know, people are like, oh, Lone Star Clash 3 1 year ago. You know, normally I remember the games. For this weekend, it's all going to be about the Swarm host and the love for the Swarm host. This is a very unique audience. In a good way, guys.
Keep Austin weird, as they say. I think that's the embodiment of the Swarm host. Yeah, don't get too excited, though, guys. There's like 17 cities in the country that say the exact same thing. Like, I don't know who's supposed to be keeping weird, but it's apparently most of the country. Zergling's going for a surround here. This is a flirtation the two engage in that I constantly want to get excited about, but I know not to. No drones will die. Unless Jaedong wants one to, and he does. I can't be right. That's the only rule here. The moment I get cocky and I'm like, this thing is totally gonna happen, they like that second prove me wrong. And some guy in Team Liquid hates me for it right now. He's like, God, he's never right. I hate Jeff.
3 Reapers again for Polt. Polt's shooting away this queen, but of course Jaedong is not going to lose the queen. A lot of things will probably die, but
Jaedong will not lose the queen.
No, don't do that, Jeff. Next thing you know, Jaedong...
Take that, universe. This time you can't defy me. The Reapers will back away. Is it going to be 3? Of course it's going to be 3. That's a silly question. The third one joins up here. Speed about to finish, and guess what? Polt probably has this timed out perfectly. He's going to do a few more pistol shots. Take that queen.
Well, so one guy in the audience just shouted, go for the queen! No rebrand spawning just yet.
Not just yet. Speed about the finish. And yeah, look at Polt. Got to go.
All right, taking a look at the main base of Polt so far, nothing too crazy going on just yet. Factory landing next to that reactor, so Hellions will be on the way.
Is there a second barracks? Okay, that's a difference.
No
so does that mean third CC then? Is that the shift we see?
Normally. I mean, take a look at his mineral count is going up already. He will probably build it over here.
I feel like he's like a monarch butterfly. Like we can just kind of bear witness to his tendencies and then make really big judgments off it. We're like, okay, no second barracks. That means third CC. They do that in the winter, mostly.
And this is more similar to what we saw on Way Station, when he will most likely try to go for that 4 Marauder drop and try to see if he can snipe anything with it. The idea back then was really cool. His Hellion control was excellent on that map. And in a way, is a little similar to Way Station. It's a little closer, perhaps a little less open. But at the end of the day, it's remotely similar.
Now, keep in mind, this is the grand final of Lone Star Clash 3, and Polt's got his back up against the corner, so from this point forward, he has no maps to give. Jaedong oftentimes will call up cheese at this point in time, but with these double evolution chambers, with the opening, I'm telling you, I think we're seeing a new Jaedong right now. He's just saying, I am outplaying you in this ZvT, and I have no reason to change things up. In fact, the only game he gave away was the one where he did try to do something wonky.
I was about to say, you know, if that wouldn't have happened, then maybe he would have just gone for it. Because Jaedong has 3 championship points right now to take home Lone Star Clash. And for Polt, that would be his second place finish.
Who, Polt? Yeah, his second. Yeah. He did it Lone Star Clash 2 in a row, it would be even. He would be the Jaedong of Lone Star Clash.
He would be back-to-back second place finish. Yeah. Not bad.
Which is great, by the way. I know that it's funny that in this day and age, we look at a lot of these players and we're like, you finished second so much. There was a time where people are like crying in the streets because a second place finish is great. But I digress. These creep tumors are obviously going to hold their I don't know what analogy to use here, their pants. They're going to hold their pants because there was stuff over them.
It's been a long weekend,
Jeff. Please.
Yeah, it's been a really long weekend.
It's only going to get worse. Yeah.
We've had a lot of fun, though. It's been awesome watching a lot of games. A lot of these series have definitely been memorable. We saw some amazing Starcraft. And whoever is going to win it, whether it's Jaedong or Polt, it will also be a champion to remember. Polt is moving out right now with these 4 Marauders. Once again, Polt's tournament life is on the line. He cannot afford to make mistakes anymore like he did in the previous game. These Hellions and Reapers, they have to stay alive. It's a lot of Hellions, by the way. Sweet Jesus, it's 10 Hellions.
I mean, it's a lot of Hellions, and he's doing this because he's seen 1-1 melee Zergling opening in each of these successful games. Coming in here on the Queens, Transfuse is available. He's going to do it now. Oh, he just barely whiffed on it. It just does not count. The Hellions going after a second Queen here.
How's Jaedong going to kill 10 Hellions and 3
Reapers? The Zerglings are giving him space. They're going to try to go for a big surround here, and it's going to have to be a big surround. It's getting in the corner. I don't think that's it.
No,
the Hellions getting fantastic surface area, and they're dealing out so much damage.
And there are still Marauders in the main base as well. They are shooting at drones. That's not super effective. A lot of Hellions are actually going down.
Yeah, a lot. 1-1 hasn't even finished.
What?
We have nothing to blame this on. No drones died. The Marauders inside the base, yeah, they killed a few things, but for the most part, they were pushed back by Zerglings. Supply lead Jaedong.
I can't believe that Jaedong didn't lose more there. It really looked like he was going to lose a lot of drones at the third base.
He's lost 3 drones.
Those are probably even in the main.
And he lost all the Hellions, by the way. Again, so it's not nearly as glorious as it was 1 game ago, but 10 Hellions dying to Zerglings, no drones killed there.
You remember on Way Station, he killed 21 drones with a remotely similar opening. This game, he killed 3. Jaedong is just playing out of this world right now. I have no idea how he killed 10 Hellions with 0-0 Zerglings that were actually tucked behind a mineral line.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Jaedong, you're not supposed to do that.
Incredible so far. One thing I want to draw our attention to, by the way, look at the 2-2 of Jaedong. Polt, that's 1-1 up there, by the way. He is so far behind in upgrades.
Yeah, of course, making 10 Hellions is like supposed to slow you down. It would be really bizarre if it doesn't. And then the fact that he got done so little with it, like he killed a lot of Zerglings. Take a look at that. He killed 56 Zerglings, but I really don't think that Jaedong is going to care all that much about those 56 Zerglings.
Those are sacrificial, to say the least. He's totally okay. I mean, he exchanges them for all 10 and leaves his economy intact. That's a great trade for Jaedong. Jaedong taking this 4th base, and that's what I'm talking about. This is well, it's a little bit delayed, I guess, because of that heavy Hellion opening, but it's still a pretty good time. What's really important here, by the way, is with that Hellion opening, he didn't really focus on fighting back the creep tumors, and of course, he'd have to focus a lot because there's 3 queens, but the creep spread's been pretty good for Jaedong so far.
The only thing that Jaedong doesn't have, no, never mind, he does have Bailing that's just finished up. He doesn't have any Bailings just yet, but he does have the Bailing. That's I was afraid he forgot about it.
Speed's a little bit late. Remember, it was like
Yeah.
halfway done when this attack was coming out.
But I mean, at the end of the day, there's not that much to protect these Marines. So even if it's just slow Bailings on creep, because the creep threat has been excellent as always.
Yeah.
I think Jaedong is going to be more than fine. He can produce units right now of 4 hatcheries, or is it even 5? It's almost 5.
It'll be 5 when they,
Yeah.
when they finish.
So Jaedong should be fine. Like, Polt has to be careful that he doesn't end up losing these Medifacts again.
Exactly. With Milos already out, one of the big dangers here that we're seeing is that if this army of Polt gets ran down in the middle of the map, that's devastating. Jaedong's circling around. You can see, again, always fighting for vision. He doesn't have the towers just yet, but he's looking to reclaim. And more creep tumors going down. So again, that's something Polt has to do to keep himself in a position to win this game. There is a supply lead for Polt. He's really churning out that macro monster. And this is something more I want to see from him, Kevin. He's fighting back creep and then backing away to the safety, like behind Widow Mines. He's still a little bit out on the map for, I feel like, maybe too long. Jaedong's posturing and getting around. If the speed Bailing is finished, the Mules count grows, we could see these forces die once again, but Polt just refuses to take back
Polt is sending reinforcements across the map as well. Right on this moment when Jaedong is perhaps going to try to look to distract him, like we know that Jaedong likes to do. He sends in a bunch of speedlings, and there goes that army. This is just trademark Jaedong play.
Yeah, it's been what's been successful so far. A few Marines forgotten in the middle of the map. Polt is now realizing Jaedong's mid-map, and he scans to see it. Yes, in fact, there is an army here. Jaedong's going to splinter off some Zerglings to try to trigger those Widow Mines. He does just that, but what does Polt do? He's going to have to boost away.
That also means he's going to lose all these Widow Mines that were out here. If Jaedong cares.
Oh, it's going to be close.
There's a missing turret.
And he does. He saves all those units. Already Polt with a little bit of a better follow-up here. Yeah. He doesn't get that 4th base though, but look at Jaedong swinging in again. Supplies equal. But Polt has adapted. Let's give credit where credit's due. I mean, in games past, he lost that drop of units, and then also the units mid-map would get ran down.
These Widow Mines are going to get ready. Getting some reasonable shots on. It could have been worse. I must say, Polt got really unfortunate with this one other Widow Mine. It's like, can I kill 12 Zerglings or 1? Let's go for this one dude. He seemed really cocky, like running in front of us.
2-2 about to finish for Polt, which will equal out the upgrades. That's nice. He's been fighting the majority of these games behind in upgrades. Yeah, we've seen a couple 3-3 games as well, but only a couple. And now we have Jaedong. Jaedong's been on this really hyper-aggressive kind of kick here. A lot of Mutiling Bailing and more Bailings here, by the way. But one thing that concerns me, not a lot of Widow Mines for a Terran player.
No, he lost most of them. He forgot about them. I guess he's going to make Hellbats again. Yes, we already have 4 Hellbats. Thors, of course, accidentally soaking up. With those 2 additional Thors, I think that Polt might be okay. Polt is actually maxed out, and if it's defensive, that's like the best fight that Polt is going to take this entire series. It's still not going to be easy, but look at the production tab. Jaedong right now, perhaps a little bit confused, like, what should I spend my money on?
He expects Polt to be out on the map. That's what has happened every single game. That's why there's so many Bailings and Lings being made here. He's saying, hey, Polt, you're not supposed to turtle. You're supposed to be out on the map dying to my army. But Polt, he's not playing by the same rules right now. He's getting some Thors. He too has maxed out. But you can see that he's bolstering that with additional barracks, another CC. He's playing to be able to refortify this army faster. And Jaedong's getting stuck on a fairly low tech right now. No hive just yet.
No hive indeed. Jaedong is indeed wanting to fight. He has so much money. There goes the infestation pit. He's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to go up to hive eventually to get my 3-3 upgrades. Firing up +2 as well for his Mudas. It's going to take a while before they're ready. There was something I would really like to see. I mean, I know Widow Mines are not the flavor of the month right now, but I still think they can be pretty damn good against like 49 Bailings. It makes it a lot harder for Jaedong to engage properly.
I absolutely agree.
If there are a bunch of Widow Mines.
Kevin, we could have the fate of Lone Star Clash 3 decided here. Polt has moved out. He's just barely tiptoed on creep. He's going to back away, but that might be all it takes to kick the bear. The Thors are getting left behind. They might need to get picked up. Widow Mines need to do something about this. All of a sudden, Jaedong's colliding in on the arm, and he's picking it to pieces. Here come all the Banelings. They're rolling into Bios, not splitting well enough. There's still so many mutants here, and Polt gets destroyed on the backside of that.
But more Marines are arriving though. Polt left a couple of Marines behind, so he will survive for now. It's not completely over yet, and 3-3 is about to get ready. So even though there wasn't, you would say, okay, fight for Jaedong.
Yes.
Throughout the entire game, Jaedong has lost more. I guess he has mined more as well.
That could have been a lot worse. I think destroyed is way too heavy of a word to be used right there. I mean, that being said...
Wasn't that you who used it?
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. I'm very critical of myself, my friend. 3-3 is about to finish for the Terran player. That's going to give him an upgrade advantage. We have a link counter at the natural. There are Marines here to clean that up. And Polt won't take too much damage there, but as you've been saying all game long, Kevin, that almost seems like a distraction for us. You can see so much red just writhing and turning around on the map. And keep in mind, by the way, Jaedong is very low econ with this. He's not really mining from that 4th base. It's just the gas there. So I feel like he's kind of in an almost all-in stance right now. He needs to do massive damage with this.
I'm curious to see what he's going to do with the hive as soon as that's ready. He doesn't have, I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of minerals. He does have a little bit of gas left, which is surprising because he made so many bailings. Polt's getting really eager over here, trying to get another base. Jaedong was like, hey, calm down. I might give you the right top side of the map, but it doesn't mean you just take all of them.
Yep.
Plus
that
3
does finish. There's all the upgrades. We have Adrenal up as well. And Polt's kind of in a weird spot. He's got so many units all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's a good idea at all. We see a big unit get clobbered here in the middle of the map and not getting picked up, at least not yet. Jaedong swings around in the main base with a lot of missile threats here, but he's actually going for an armory that's just about to complete a mech upgrade.
+2 will get cancelled, and it means no +2 for these stores, and that would have been very nice for Polt. The cruise threat has been really sick, by the way, by Jaedong. Despite, like, sometimes cruise threat is really good, but that's like a game where Zerg dominates, like, from start to finish. I feel that this game, Polt really has tried to deny it, but it's just like, there's no stopping Jaedong when he wants to spread some creep.
No, he's had 3 queens working that just about all game long, and it feels like almost every time he loses some creep is right there to resaturate it. Polt, once again, here we go. He's tiptoeing out on the creep. That's all Jaedong needs. The big attack. Also, Bailey's in the backfield, but these swords are all clumped up. That's not a good engagement for Polt. He's taking massive damage from the Banelings. He's holding on a little bit underneath, and he's resupplying there as well. Banelings trying to make their way to that base up there at the top, but Polt's got to evacuate.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse again for Polt. He loses a lot, but Jaedong trying to distract him. These Banelings won't connect. Well, actually, one of them will. But, you know, a few SCVs falling. That's not the end.
Polt pulls ahead in supply. Jaedong's muta count is not that high. He's remaking a good 8 more, but that's to just resaturate a number of fields. It's really not that scary.
Jaedong really going to try to do something about this planetary. That could go horribly wrong as well, because we all know how planetaries can deal with Zerglings, but good surround there by Jaedong, making it hard for these SCVs to repair, right?
Yeah, that base is very, very dead, I feel. But Polt's he's gonna take his Polt tax. He moves out. This base does get evacuated, which is nice for Jaedong, I guess, but they're gonna retreat back to the only other mining base. Well, not the only other, excuse me. His natural and his 3rd still have resources there to be mined. But Jaedong, once again, pushed back on 4 bases. This is anybody's game. It's a 20 supply advantage for Polt, but I like Polt's position. He's played this out really well.
Yeah, I really like how Polt is doing this as well. Jaedong going to try to make something happen, but this time the counterattacks are just not getting it done. Polt having units in the right places, and whenever he's losing a fight, he's not losing it super decisively. It's like, he kind of retreats, but then he has enough to fall back on. So this time it is enough what he's fighting with.
Oop, Widowmine's going to get Neos for itself in the middle of the map. Again, Polt kind of, instead of opting for Widow Mines with the army, just more doing kind of random Widow Mines. And they've been pretty okay so far. These mules need to be careful. They're getting stuck between a rock and a hard place. And Polt he's mining from that left base. He's mining quite a decent amount and looking to secure the right side as well.
I wonder if Polt ever scouted this base. Polt did not scout this base yet on the right side, but he is going to clear out a lot of creep right now in the middle of the map. Building armor being researched as well. Somewhere out there, Andre is clapping very hard right now. Great orb, that is.
Starcraft 2 mathematician.
Yeah.
Polt splitting up his army once again, and this has put me on edge. I felt like it's been an odd choice, but so far, Polt's up 40 supply. He survived these fights. He's traded very cost effectively. Jaedong is waffling in the middle of the map with an army that is quite a bit smaller than what we've seen from him.
I think he's just going to jump on top of this army though, but it's going to be a little too late as he's going to lose the hedge. Jaedong trying to save it, but the hedge will fall. It wasn't for free though, but at the same time, Polt also denying this base in the left bottom side of the map.
Yeah. Positionally, it's a huge victory for him. The medevac does get ran down, but Polt will gladly take that trade. I mean, again, 40 supply advantage here. Now, where it gets a little bit scary, Polt kind of sloppy about getting back home. Yeah, he needs to get right back home because in that moment in time, he just killed the 2 main mining bases of Jaedong. He is way ahead economically. Just needs to pull back and enjoy that lead now.
These are the Widow Mines that you were talking about, Jeff. They're just kind of randomly scattered all around the map, picking up a muta here, picking up a muta there. What the?
They're doing a great job.
Poor Jaedong.
He's finding every one of them with his Mutalisk too. He's like, oh crap, there's another one there too. And Jaedong is resaturating those bases, but he's on the back foot. Make no mistake about it. The natural, the 3rd, they're all thinned out.
We
It's
asked for
basically
Widow
just a third.
Mines, Jeff, and we're seeing more and
Yeah.
more of them making their way across the map. The Widow Mine is at 13 right now. That feels much more familiar to some old school. Polt is engaging right now. Polt is the one surrounding
Yeah.
the circle. I mean, this is actually a beautiful turn.
Both sides of these armies look formidable. I don't think Jaedong can stand up to either one. He's going to try to buy more time by backing away, but to what end? This middle base dies. The right side base will have to get canceled, and he hasn't even started the left side. So right now, Jaedong is, again, he's down to 4 mineral crystals at his third. He's going to make an all-in of sorts attack at this base, but Polt's got another mining base on the right side. And forget his mining, his standing army is more than Jaedong can deal with.
Oh,
But
he's
doesn't
actually
kill
still
it.
alive. I guess the Mutalisk will be able to pick it up in the end. That planetary is going to fall, but at what cost? Jaedong losing a lot over there. Sorry, man.
That armor upgrade, man. That building.
That building armor.
And Jaedong's going to make a final push right here, but Polt's got more than enough. GG is called out, and Polt takes another game, making it a score of 2-3 in favor of Jaedong.
And we have more StarCraft ahead of us. That's, of course, great news for all of us, and definitely for Polt. Played solid this game. By far the best game of the series so far by Polt.
We saw Polt make the adjustment. You know, you and I did a little satirical thing where we're like, what would we tell Polt? We were both wrong. What Polt told himself was what we were talking about, so some credit to us, I feel. But he said, Jaedong has been hyper-aggressive and really just looking to hit Polt in the middle of the map. Not at home. Home is the final stage. It's what he does